So many business owners are scrambling on the hamster wheel, right? Just busy work, busy work, busy work. And it's ultimately not getting them anywhere.
Hello, everybody out there. Today I am here with Mahen Gundecha from the Bristol Group, and he's going to talk to us about the problem he solves and what he does for MSPs. And I can't tell you how excited I am to bring you this information because he is a rock star.
Thank you, Joe. One rock star to another. So I appreciate the intro, Joe. Glad to be here at the Start, Grow, Manage conference in the New York area. Really exciting group of MSP owners we're talking to that runs the spectrum, right? We've got some young MSP owners, we've got some more mature owners. And so one of the things we're trying to do, what you and Jeff are trying to do, which I'm so aligned with, is giving them the tools, processes, and structure, and then measurement ability to help them grow their MSP, ultimately build something that's really valuable, and at the end of the day, be transferable to somebody else for a decent value, right? So that's the journey that everybody wants to take here. Some people are on a shorter time frame, some people are on a longer time frame. Some people want to build something more complex and sophisticated. Others just want to get to the next level. So it's a really exciting team here. What we do at Bristol Group is give you optionality. So as you're building your MSP, we want to make sure that there are different life events that can come along that could somehow put a damper in your plans, whether it's a health-related issue, whether it's an unexpected financial commitment that you need to draw down the business and there's no other source of capital. So if and when you're in that position and you need to sell your business, we want to make sure that you've created the most value possible. That's Joe and that's Jeff. And that we at Bristol Group can help you find the best buyers who are going to value your business and structure the deal in a way that's most aligned with your interests. So we want to make sure that people are always thinking in the back of their mind, is my business ready to sell if and when I have to sell, right? I've got my growth plan, but if I need to sell, is it sellable for a price that makes sense to me? So that's kind of what we do, Joe. We're excited to share our thoughts with the group here. We realize everyone has a different timeline, and our business is built on relationships, right? So we just want to get to know everyone, understand what the options and the scenarios can look like for you. And then we're happy to frame those out, right? We're happy to frame out, based on what your company looks like today. What do we think if you chose to go to market? What kind of offer can you get for your company, say within the next 6 months? Alternatively, if you execute your growth plan and you get to a certain stage, say in a year or 2 years, what do we think that your business could be worth to them? And then more importantly, which types of buyers do we think are going to be most aligned with what you're building and with the valuation that you're looking for? And a lot of times that builds on everything that you and Joe are telling the team, which is around specialization, right? Build industry verticals, build a really strong cyber platform, build a business with a strong leadership team so that it can run without you. These are all things that buyers are looking for. And then, of course, the standard financial metrics like profit rate or percentage, like monthly recurring revenue, like growth rates and new customer acquisition. Those are all things that, clearly make a company more valuable. But this is just something that we want to put on everybody's radar.
Awesome.
Everyone needs to be thinking about it.
Awesome.
Happy to support the community. You can reach out anytime. We don't charge for talking to people. We should pay you for talking to you because we love getting insights from you. So feel free to reach out anytime. And if you're at the point where you think you want to just check the valuation of your company to figure out, are you close to a point where you could transition, or how far are you away, right? What do you think that gap is? We're always happy to work with you and do a valuation and give you a sense of what that is.
So tell me about a recent win that you guys have had.
Recent win, yeah. So I love it when we're able to find the right buyer for a seller, right? So there was a particular business owner, MSP business owner in Ohio. He had spent about 30 years building his company. He was at the place where we see a lot of MSPs plateau, kind of around $3 million revenue range, right? Yeah. And he got to the point where he said, you know what, I don't think that I have the energy to really push this beyond and increase the valuation a whole lot more. I think I'm ready to sell now, but my challenge is that my business represents most of my net worth, right? About 80% of my net worth. And I don't want to take any risks. I want to make sure that I can get the best valuation, but the highest amount of cash at close. And so we worked with this owner, Joe, for probably like 15 months, trying to find him the best buyer in the market. And we were very fortunate. We were able to find him a buyer who was looking for exactly what he had built in its location and came with an offer that was, I would say, about 20% above what the other buyers were willing to pay. And we were able to negotiate about 80% cash, right, at the time that the deal closed. So for him, it was a great deal, gave him the security he needed to get through his retirement years. And then that other 20% was going to give him a little bit of upside. If the business grew, he could get a nice little payout, over the few years. So I'd say that's a nice win when we can find the right solution for the right business owner. And my goal is, businesses tend to stay in my hands a little bit longer. I know that some firms out there tend to sell businesses very fast.
They want to just like hustle, right?
But what I'll tell the team here is businesses stay in my hands for a long time. It's not unusual for me to spend a year fine-tuning a business to get it ready to market.
It's the right way.
Finding the right buyers, and then constantly over that year, increasing the valuation of the business, right, as the business matures. So we want to make sure that you have the best outcome possible. And that means that we have to market the business to the best buyers possible.
Awesome. And then you're out there, you understand this market, you're meeting people, you're seeing all kinds of trainings and everything that's been going on all over creation. I mean, I met you in Vegas, and then we were in Florida, and then we're here, and then we're there. And now you've come and spent some time with us, and you looked at what we're doing in the summit. What do you think we're doing different? What do you think, if you were to tell somebody out there, hey, this is what these guys are doing, what would you say?
That's a really good question, Joe. So my sense of it is there's certainly information out there. Even in our field, there's information out there that's being shared at these various forums. It tends to be very transactional, right? It tends to be very numbers oriented. So people get these numbers in their head. And that may actually be doing people a disservice because those numbers may not connect with their basements. They may be very different, right? So that's on our side. I think on your side, I'm seeing a lot of people out there talking about helping MSPs grow. And my sense of it is a lot of it is traditional sales and marketing activities, right? How do you build your funnel? How do you increase the input of targets into your funnel? And a lot of it is tactical marketing, right? Like email blasts and LinkedIn, telephone calls, a lot of the traditional metrics, and it seems to be built on scale, right? So the more you do, the more you're going to fill your funnel and hope that a couple of really good prospects drop out at the bottom of that funnel, right? And become clients. I think what you are doing is a holistic approach to help the MSP owners build their foundation. I think when a business comes to us and says, I'm thinking about selling, the first thing I look at is their foundation, right? Is it strong? If the foundation isn't strong, no matter how pretty my marketing material is, the buyers are going to see right through it. And they're going to say, this business is not ready to sell. Or if this owner really wants to sell, we're going to come in at a valuation that's significantly less than what he's looking for.
Yeah.
And so the first thing that I'd say you guys are offering to the MSPs is really helping them build their foundation, building their core capabilities, becoming operationally mature, having the tools and processes in place, having the measurement tools in place, the KPIs, and then the regular cadence, right? Checking in and making sure you're actually executing and improving those KPIs. And then having a really strong staff. That's critical, right? You want a strong team that's offering exceptional customer service, but is also taking on more of the responsibility of the business so that it doesn't all fall on you. Because ultimately, our goal is to convince a buyer that once you leave the equation, the business is not going to fall apart. Right? The business will continue to grow without you. So if you build a really mature business, that's the message that we're able to send. So I'd say the first thing you are doing is really helping business owners think through how are they going to build a differentiated, operationally mature, financially efficient organization, which then when you put that organization in my hands, it makes it much easier for me to sell it at a higher price to the best buyer.
Right? I got this big smile, right? Because this happens all the time. Me and Jeff were like one person, right? Jeff, and Jeff. But it's so much fun. What we're doing is a total, blast. And when I was listening to you today, like the alignment between what you were saying and what we're doing is what really got me. it made me feel so good, right? That we're pointing people to the right business. If I really think about it, it's not all noise. It's like, what are the things that you need to do to actually build that?
That's right. That's right. So many business owners are scrambling on the hamster wheel, right? Just busy work, busy work, busy work. And it's ultimately not getting them anywhere. So we hear stories all the time of MSP owners who just can't get above that $1 million revenue mark, right? And that's because they themselves are feeling the pressure to do all that work. And they're not able to carve out their responsibilities, give them to others in the organization, focus their energy where it needs to be, which is making the customers happy, acquiring new customers, and improving their differentiation and their specialization in the market. So once they're able to change their mindset, and it's really a mindset thing, isn't it, Joe?
It is.
So you've got to turn that switch and say, you know what, I'm going to make a concerted effort to work myself out of the business.
100%. Now, what did you get? What did you get for yourself out of this supper today?
So look, Joe, I'm at a place in my career where I loved helping business owners, right? I've had a whole different career in the biotech world. I did M&A in biotech, but my passion is really working with small and medium-sized businesses. I love to see them grow. I love to see them have successful outcomes, right? Whether that's they get to their metric of 10 million or whether it's they sell and they're able to then retire. That's what makes me happy, right? So that's kind of my agenda here. I'm not one of these guys who wants to sell a business fast, right, and then take on the next business. So like I said, I tend to nurture businesses. They stay in my hands for a while. We look for ways to increase the value of the business. We look for ways to find the right buyer and then ultimately give you sort of the outcome you need. So that's what makes me happy, right, ultimately. And, part of the process is just helping people set expectations around what is their business realistically worth. They hear a lot of numbers. They go to these conferences. They hear these crazy numbers, 8x, 10x, 12x. And that's, well, okay, let's be real, right? Let's really pull, look under the hood and see what's the structure of your business, what kind of foundation have you built, and what do we think it's worth today? And then more importantly, right, if it's not there where you need it to be, what are your plans working with Start, Grow, Manage or other groups? What are your plans to help you get to where you need to be? Right. And let's check in. Let's have regular check-ins. Make sure you're kind of getting to where you need to be. If there's a $2 million valuation gap, maybe a year from now, that'll be $1 million valuation gap, right? And we're closer. Maybe in 2 years, you'll get to where you need to be. So it's a matter of constantly, doing those check-ins, just like you look at your KPIs. I would look at your valuation as another KPI, right? Every 6 months, take a look at the valuation of your business, right? Has it changed? And that's where we come in. We're happy to work with you to kind of give you a sense of, what we think that change in valuation has been.
Awesome. And what are you promoting? What do you want people to know? How do they find you?
Sure, yeah. So it's real easy. It's just my first name at Bristol.group. I'm sure we'll put a link in the materials.
I'm sure there will be.
But it's just Mahan at Bristol.group. Feel free to send, your information to Joe and Jeff. It'll get to me somehow. So, what I like to do is just speak with business owners. So I'm not really promoting anything per se, but I'd love to just have a conversation, right? Understand where you are in your journey.
Hold on. He's not going to promote anything. I am. He is amazing. So you want to absolutely have a conversation with him wherever you are in your business, because that conversation that you have will be life-altering for you, because I listen to Mahen speak to MSP after MSP, and the look on their face as they start to understand exactly where they are and exactly what they need to do to get there, it takes a weight off of them. It lets them know where they are. There's nothing better to know exactly where you are and exactly what you need to do and where the scoreboard is and how you get there. And so if he's not promoting anything, I'm promoting him. And you make sure that you get yourself and have a conversation with him.
Yeah, it's love to have conversations with folks. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate it.
All right, great.
Yeah, very well. So, wonderful, my friend. It was an amazing conference.
Awesome.
And looking forward to the next one.
All right.
Good luck to everybody in the community.
Thanks for joining us, and a special thanks to our subscribers. Consider becoming one right now and tap into our insights and instincts to help drive your business vision and success. Remember, you didn't start your business to feel frustration. You started it for freedom. We can help you discover the impact, freedom, and wealth you always imagined. Learn more at startgrowmanage.com/learn more.